Number 3, how can you help me? By far the biggest mistake people make is they make their homepage all about, number 1, what do I do? They make it all about them as the business and not the customer. Guys, welcome to our second Coaching Light session. We have a sign.
Look at this. Look at the production budget.
Production budget.
Through the roof.
Yeah, that is printer paper, my friends.
I really wanted to crumple it up.
We're going to work on a theme song.
Okay.
Welcome to Coaching Light.
Oh, hold on. We have to start this off correctly.
Okay, that's just... There's a lot of things going on, guys.
Yeah, that's how we start. You have to start the Coaching Light the right way.
Also, to be fair, I love putting that right at the end of the 1-minute mark when I share the IGTV preview, because people are like...
This thing?
Yeah, because it just makes my face
every time it needs to happen.
Welcome to Coaching Light. This is where we do a little 10-minute free coaching training every month leading up to our members-only coaching training, which happens 1 week from now. And we just wanted to, first of all, introduce ourselves in case a lot of you guys know who we are, but in case you're new around here, I'm Caroline Zook.
I'm Jason Zook. I'm currently off Instagram for this month. And by the way, I had to re-download the Instagram app. And I opened it up and I was like, oh no, I'm not supposed to be here. And I felt like I was like in trouble.
No, you
But
get
I
a
just
pass.
want you guys to know I didn't look at anything.
This is for work.
I didn't look at anything.
We are the duo known as Wandering Aimfully. We are unboring coaches for intentional business owners. If you have a business, we want to help you. We love helping people reach their goals and actually build a life that they love using their business as a tool. That is our dog.
Our dog Plaxico.
Ignore him. He's very
look,
cute.
you can almost see the back half.
His butt is very cute. So inside of Wandering Aimfully, our theme this month is all about website strategy and optimization. So you probably already know that. You're here. You want to learn a couple of tips to make your website better and more effective to reach your business goals. So that's what we're going to go over today, very briefly. So the first thing that I want to get into before we talk about tactics, because I know we love a good tactic, right? We're like, okay, just like tell me what to do.
What do I need to do? What do I need to flip on? What do I need to turn on? What do I need to change? What are all the things?
Listen, we love that too. However, if you've been around our stuff, you know that we are mindset junkies, because if you do not have the right mindset, you're not going to take the necessary actions to put the tactics into practice.
It'd be fun if there was like a nice pithy, like if you don't have the mindset, then you don't have the fine set.
Am I right?
It's terrible. Well, we'll workshop that. We'll come back next month with a better pithy phrase.
Pretend we said something super clever that you're like,
yeah.
tweetable.
Whoa. Snaps.
So let's talk about mindset. Okay, so when it comes to website strategy, the thing that I want to kind of tickle your brain with is this. A lot of people, I was trying to think of an appropriate metaphor for this. Think of designing their website like a custom home builder. Okay, that's my metaphor. What you do is you're like, yes, I know I need to redesign my website. Maybe I have a business pivot. Maybe I'm not getting the clients or customers that I want. So I'm going to redesign everything. I'm going to rebrand it. And so what you do is you go away and you do all the copy, all the content, all the design, you add the branding, you design all the pages, and then the whole thing is under construction, and then you launch it. You're like, I've been working on this thing for like weeks or months, ta-da, and then you don't change it for like a year or 2 years. So give me like a little raised hand or an emoji if you feel like that's kind of how you operate with website design for your business.
Have you run into the build a website for a super long time and you feel like it's just been not even a labor of love, just a labor?
And then you launch it, and then you're like, okay, cool, now I'm just gonna like see what it does for the next year or so.
And hopefully it works.
Now, we have fallen into that category in the past as well. You know, I love design. I love website design. And the way that I've thought about it before is just like, okay, a relaunch, and then we're just gonna, I don't know, shift our attention to other parts of our business. However, what we have recently learned that works a lot better than that is not to think of designing your website like a custom home builder. Like, ta-da, I built all the stuff and now I'm done, now I get to live in my house. It is, and this is our theme for the month, a website optimization wizard, okay? I don't know if it was like Halloween last month, but we're like in the like mystical, magical mindset.
Well, just the wizard mindset, really.
The wizard mindset.
Also, you can choose your own wizard if you guys want to just say your favorite wizard in the little chat thing
Let's get
here.
into some examples. We've got Harry.
We've got Harry Potter.
Obviously.
We have
or
Gandalf.
Hermione.
We have Gandalf.
We have Gandalf. Gandalf?
We have Merlin.
Didn't you say there was like a hockey team of the Wizards?
There's not. Nope. You said that last time. There is a Washington Wizards basketball team.
Okay, or hockey team, whatever. Yeah. Sports ball.
Yeah, sports ball team.
Choose your own wizard. Okay. Yeah. Now the reason why I like this metaphor better than the custom home builder is because it gives you this mindset of like, I can wave my wand and change something on my website at the drop, at the flick of a wand, really, not the drop of a hat.
Well, they could drop their little
magician's hat. We're
wizard
mixing our magic metaphors here, but I want you to start thinking about your website as this living, breathing thing that you can experiment with. Now, you guys know that we are like, experimentation is our thing, but I'm telling you, if something is not working in your business, if you're not reaching your goals the way that you want to, or if you want to level up or get to that whatever level of income with making it your enough number, okay, not growing for the sake of growing, but if you're like, I really want to reach this goal intentionally, you're gonna need to experiment in order to get there. Like, there's no amount of website strategies or tactics that we can give you that we can say 100% this is gonna get you all the sales that you want. You might find other people who are trying to sell you that. We're not going to tell you that. You know why? Because every business is different. Every audience is different. The thing you have to get into the mindset of is making small changes in order to see the result. So the second that we stopped getting in this mindset of like, our website is done, it is a done thing and we're just going to add content to it. That's the only dynamic part of it. No, now we change our website every week.
Yeah.
Literally every week.
And we're trying, Pam just said she's falling into the habit of changing her website too often.
I'm going to eat
You're
some
just going to have some blueberries?
I don't know.
Just some mid coaching light blueberries.
I'm just like fired up this Wednesday.
Guys, this coaching light brought to you by blueberries. They're organic, they're blue, and you can find them at your grocery store. Just kidding.
Sorry for this ad break.
Yeah. But Pam, there is something about finding a nice rhythm in how often you change things and making sure you're not changing too much stuff. So we want you to constantly wave that magic wand at your website and change something, but not do it too often.
So I would actually challenge you, Pam, and say, what is it in your head that says that you're changing it too much? Because what I want you to dig into is the reasoning behind why you're changing it. Now, if you're just changing it because you don't like something or because it's perfectionism or you want it to look a certain way, right? That's not intentional enough to do it for a business effect. So, but if you're changing it every week because you're tracking the data and you're seeing, does this lead to more signups? Does this lead to more client inquiries, etc.? Then I don't think there is, so much thing as too much. I mean, I guess every day you wouldn't be able to track that accurately. But anyway, if you know yourself and you know that it's just sort of like, I want to make it perfect, then yes, there is a fine line there. So anyway.
Okay, my question before we get into the tactical things, so I think we're ready for tactical things.
Yes, we are. We're ready for
because we have notes and we're super organized. What is the number one goal of your website? So if you're watching this live, what is the number one, or recorded, what is the number one goal of your site? What the thing above everything else, what do you want your website to do for you or for your business? So leave a little chat with that, and now let's talk about the 4 tactical things, then we can kind of circle back on, is your website currently doing that thing?
So of course, we can talk about so many things when it comes to website. We're going to just focus on your homepage today. And we have kind of a deeper formula that we go into inside of the Unboring Coaching for the month, but we're going to hit you with some quick things that you can think of today. So your homepage should answer 4 questions for your ideal customer right when they land on it, okay? And like, we're not sticklers for, it doesn't necessarily have to be above the fold, or it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to jam it all together, but just like, if I'm a new person coming to your website, within 30 seconds, I should be able to answer these 4 questions clearly.
We think 10 seconds is probably realistic.
I was given,
I know you were, but usually be,
Okay, so the first question, you don't have to worry about like writing these down. I'm going to be on our Instagram stories after with notes, but just sort of kind of absorb the information and take it with you. So the number one thing is, if I'm your ideal customer, I should land on your website and I should know, what do you do? And this is, if you followed us from last month's marketing session, this is your 2-word tango, okay? So this just means, what mental box do I need to put you in so that I understand like how to categorize you? Because if I don't do that, I get confused really quickly. So is it you're a brand designer? Is it you are a yoga instructor? Is it you are a website developer? Is it you are an artist? What is the mental box that I can quickly put you in so that then I can read more about your copy? So I actually find that a lot of people don't do this.
Yeah, well, I think it's because so many people, like us included, we don't want to put ourselves in a very simple box because we're very complex people.
We all are.
And we can do all the things, and we can do a lot of things for a lot of different people. But your website needs to serve a singular purpose for the most part, especially your homepage. And if you're trying to do too much, you're going to have everybody doing nothing who visits your site.
Okay, so that's number 1. Also I think we should show. I don't know if you
Well, let's go through it after.
Okay, we'll go after.
Yeah.
Number 2.
You with all the printouts today. Wow.
Props.
Yeah.
Number 2, are you for me? So remember, this is me. I'm an ideal customer. I want to know on your website, are you for me? There's 2 ways that you can kind of do this. Number 1, you can flat out say your target audience. So for us on our website, which we'll show you, we say intentional online business owners. That's who we're going for. People who run their businesses online and they have a slight tilt of being intentional. So they don't just grow for growth's sake. They want to live a good life.
Yep.
Now the second half of Are You For Me is also something that we call your sauce. So it's kind of your differentiator. This is where your branding comes in. This is like the emotional connection, what makes you different, what makes you stand out. So for us on our homepage, you see a lot of illustrations. You see us laughing in our photos. A little bit of our sauce is like, we're not your typical boring business coaches, right? Like we want to have fun. We want to keep it joyful. We want to keep it kind of quirky.
Yep.
So that's how we answer that question. So if I'm a quirky, intentional online business owner, I'm like, yeah, you're for me.
Yep. And if you're thinking about this for yourself too, again, Caroline's going to go through the slides so you can answer the questions as well. But think about pushing just a little bit outside of your comfort zone when it comes to your sauce. And that really becomes what we like to talk about as a net versus a magnet approach. So a net is like, oh, I'm a calligrapher for stay-at-home moms. And it's like, okay, yeah, but could you push that a little bit further? And it's like, maybe you're a calligrapher for stay-at-home moms who never thought they could be artists. And it may feel like, oh, I don't know, like I want every artist or every person to do, but it's like, no, I really want to help the people who I know don't feel like they can do art, don't feel like they can take this on. And obviously, Jen, you're here, so I'm thinking about you. And maybe that's not exactly your audience, but just sprinkle a little bit of that extra thing on as a sauce requirement for how you're describing your people so that it attracts people with a magnet, not catches them with a net.
Squirt this.
Don't go with squirt.
I was thinking of like, okay, ketchup.
Yeah.
Okay.
We bring you the
moving on.
mindset, and then we bring you the tactics that
We're
help
moving
you
on. We're just
do
gonna
these things.
cruise past it.
Yeah.
Number 3, how can you help me? By far the biggest mistake people make is they make their homepage all about number 1, what do I do? They make it all about them as the business and not the customer. So number 3 is really important. You want to clearly define not just what you do, but basically the outcome that somebody is going to get from either buying from you or working with you. So for us, this was like the biggest key. We changed our huge headline on our website to not just like what Wandering Aimfully was, but we said boost your revenue, gain more free time, have more fun. Because yes, you're going to work with us and get unboring coaching and you're going to get motivation and all of that, but what's the outcome you're going to get on the other side of that stuff?
Yep.
You're going to be able to grow your business, you're going to be able to do more of the things you love, and you're going to have fun doing it. So that's number 3. How can you help me, the customer?
Yeah, and I was actually just talking about this with someone over email a couple weeks ago. She was selling this writing program, and the home or the sales page for it was great, and it spoke really clearly to the features that were inside the course, what they were going to get in the community. But it never once said, it's going to help me write a novel. It's going to help me finally get that script out of my head. It's going to help me become more confident in writing sales emails and whatever. So like those are the things that someone needs to feel, oh yes, I want those outcomes. Those are the outcomes I'm going to get with this. Not just I'm going to get 24 video lessons. I'm going to get a Facebook group. Like those things don't really matter, especially nowadays that so many people are selling the same things. You have to share the outcomes people are going to get.
Exactly. So number 4, that's the final question. What is my next step? So you want to very clearly lead your customer to the next action. So if questions 1 through 3 are answered for them and they're like, yeah, I want that outcome. Yes, they're talking to me. Yes, I get what they do. I need them. What can they do next? It's probably going to be one of like 4 things. Is it going to be to sign up for your email list? Is it going to be to reach out to you for a consultation call if you're a client-based business? Is it going to be start a free trial? Is it going to, whatever that next action is, you want them to take something, because otherwise, what's all this hard work for if someone just goes, yep, all that's for me, like, bye, maybe I remember you, maybe I don't, I go somewhere else on the internet. So you want to really capture their attention when you have it.
And that's why I asked earlier what some people's like main goal of their website was. And that usually is related to the action you want someone to take. So we had a couple people say, get more email signups to the newsletter, get a couple more customers in like their client proposal process. So that needs to be so clear, and it doesn't need to be at the very bottom of the page. This is where I do think where you put something on the homepage of your site matters. The call to action needs to be very close to the 3 questions really, which are, what do you do? Are you for me? And how can you help me? So then the call to action needs to be right after that. So someone can go through those things and go, yes, I wanted a brand designer. Yes, this is a brand designer for people who don't understand design and don't want to get overwhelmed with all the things. And yes, I want to feel like my website is working for me and I feel confident with it. Okay, what are my next steps? Oh, I take the brand quiz to find out how I fit into how all this works.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to put that action or that call to action more than one place, right? So as you kind of are telling a story on your homepage, maybe you have a button that says contact me for a consultation. And then maybe you also put it in your navigation so that if they navigate over to your about page, they remember this is the action that they want to take. So hopefully you did just recap. I saw Iceland
The 4
with you.
questions, yeah.
You
Yep.
did a nice little recap.
So now we can stay here with you guys and talk about how we did this for the Wandering Aimfully website, and then maybe we'll ask you if you want to submit your own website. Just type it here and we can look quickly and see if we can give you some tips or tricks. So
Okay.
you want to show printout number 2?
Yeah,
up
so
here?
before that, I do want to just say that we last year launched Wandering Aimfully. We created this beautiful website that was all about what Wandering Aimfully is, and it was beautifully designed and everything. And that's great. And it served us really well, and it got us to our first kind of benchmark. However, it became clear to us that we wanted to reposition Wandering Aimfully, and we just wanted to experiment, like we said before, with being a website optimization wizard, and we wanted to make some changes. So what we did was we literally stripped it all down.
Well, first, before that, we
What?
said, what's the most important thing that happens on the homepage of our website? Like, what's our goal for
Yep.
that?
Somebody signs up for our email list.
That's it. That's our number one goal.
And that is
we
because
know
that's how we get 95% of our sales is from email,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. So we decided to go, okay, we have this really long, beautifully designed homepage that has all these little CSS bells and whistles, and it's fun, and it's got good copy. But you know what? We're getting almost no email signups on this page. So it's not serving our goal. So as great as it looks, it's not actually helping our business grow. And that's where you have to really put your data and analytical hat on for just a minute in your business and go, the number one goal I have for my site, especially my homepage, is it happening right now? And we saw that it wasn't, so we needed to improve it. So we stripped everything away and decided to go, let's go very simple with our new homepage.
And we kind of are now in this little approach where we're like, we stripped it way back, and we'll probably add more story elements as we go once we know that the top part of that site is converting really well.
And I'll tell you, just from quick memory, what our email sign up rate per week was based on these changes we made. So I'll tell you that after we show you what we did.
Okay, so we changed our website. So to just recap our 4 questions and how we answer these. Number 1, the first question was, what do you do? So that's your 2-word tango. So up here at the top, we have unboring coaching.
I'll bring it in.
Unboring coaching, right? For intentional online business owners.
What a weird way to show a website, by the way. I'm fully aware that a piece of paper as a website is bizarre in 2019.
Instagram Live, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so that was how we
Screenshot.
answered number
No, that was for them.
1 and number 2. Are you for me?
Yeah.
So if our ideal customer goes, oh, intentional, that's me. I have an online business. And then also a little bit of that is your sauce, right? So they see unboring, they see us laughing, they see a little bit of the playful copy, they see emojis, and they think,
Look at those emojis.
look at those beautiful emojis.
Look at those emojis.
You
Look at
guys
those
might
emojis.
have noticed, like, we have fully embraced our use of emojis. Why? Because we see that one of our differentiators is that we're fun and we're lighthearted. And yeah, we can talk about business stuff, but we can do it with a lot of just like, you know, we can listen to Careless Whisper when you guys show, if you guys
Yeah.
are late, you didn't
Yeah.
get the Careless
Yeah.
Whisper. So we want to really embrace that about ourselves and really play up that. It's the magnet approach that Jason was talking about earlier.
Yep.
So that's why you've probably seen a lot more emojis these days because we
Hello,
lean into
Jason.
it. Okay, number 3, how can you help me? We told you we have our 3 outcomes.
Da-da-da.
Now, previously our website said things like, we help you earn more so you can
These are the
live more.
outcomes.
We help you craft an intentional life. We help you working to live, not living to work. And all of those things we believe in, and they're great, and they're turns of phrases, but they're not concrete enough so that within 10 seconds, somebody knows what we do for them. So boost your revenue, gain more free time, have more fun. Boom.
Hey, you only have half a face on this one. Slide over a little. There you go.
Hey,
Your full
I have
face.
a full face.
Yeah.
So that is number 3. And then what's my next step? So before, like Jason said, we basically in this section here had a email sign up with our lead magnet. And we just recently changed this because we are website optimization wizards.
So we've been trying to change essentially one thing a week, which is why I was saying I can tell you some data and analytics for week by week. So a couple weeks ago, when we just had our website, there was the normal homepage we'd had before, no real specific call to action, nothing that was really compelling. We were averaging about 20 to 30 subscribers a month based on our full email subscriber rate. So 20 to 30 a month, and we get about 30,000 visitors a month to our full website. So to only get 30 subscribers a month is pretty abysmal.
Very abysmal.
And the traffic to our homepage, as you guys probably have for your websites, is one of your top traffic pages. So then we said, okay, let's do a lead, just a simple lead magnet, a free PDF, and we'll get someone's email that way.
Pause. I do want to just mention that, like some of you right now, an important thing was we weren't focusing on subscriber growth, right?
Not at all.
So when you go look up your data, if you see it's also abysmal, do not beat yourself up over it. Do not be like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Just be like, I haven't been prioritizing this.
Yeah, we just had to
and
acknowledge.
Take some action and move on.
We just had to acknowledge, oh, this is our number one goal is to get people to sign up for our email. Why is it so hard to do that? Or why is it not clear? Or why is it not compelling? That's the other thing. If it's not compelling, everyone does a sign up for my newsletter on their homepage. It's not compelling anymore. No one cares anymore. You need to have a reason why people sign up. So we switched to a free PDF, and the PDF was 30 ideas to go from frantic to freedom in your business.
To boost your revenue, to gain more free time, and have more fun, right? So
Yep.
it's aligned with that brand promise. It's aligned with the type of person that we're trying to attract.
So that basically doubled our email subscriber rate. So we went from 30 to then 60, which
We
is
also converted a sale just from someone who downloaded
for
that
our group coaching, which is awesome. So that was good. And this whole time, so last month we talked about marketing bridges and these 13 different ideas, and we decided, hey, we're going to do a different marketing bridge every month as well with you guys, our members, so that you can see us do it and you can learn from our experience. So this month is the quiz, which Jen just said I haven't signed up for it because it went up last night is why you haven't signed up for it. So it just now is on our homepage. If you go to wanderingaimfully.com, you can see it. You can go through it. It's fun. Based on the first 24 hours, we've had 20 people take the quiz. Those 20 people are on our email list. So extrapolating that out to a month, we're gonna have about a 300% increase in email signups, which is incredible.
That seems like a good thing.
and
Now,
we
are
don't-
those people qualified?
No idea yet.
Is it going to convert to sales? Yes, we are going to test all of that. But the important thing is, if you know that your primary objective, if you know that you sell from email, your primary objective needs to be to get people on that email list in a creative, in a fun, in an aligned way, so that you are trying to get, again, this is why we made the quiz your business blind spot. So we're trying to attract people that already have a business, etc. So you want to make sure that quiz is aligned. It's not just like pick your Sex and the City character or whatever.
Right, or your wizard, your favorite wizard. That would have been apropos.
We'll try to do next one. But anyway, so that already is clearly indicating to us that that is a compelling way to get people onto our email list.
Ooh, you know what I just thought would be fun?
What?
For the folks who are here, maybe right after this, or actually we could do it right now. Right after we finish this, because we're pretty much done, DM us your website, and we'll go through your website, and we'll see if we can answer these 4 questions. And if not, we'll give you a little tip of what you should change.
That's a good one, man.
So DM us your website, whatever, either at CCals or at Wandering Aimfully. I won't be checking them. Caroline's going to be checking them. But we'll go over them on the big screen in our office, and we will answer those 4 questions or see if we can answer them. And if we can't, we will give you some tips, no charge, nothing at all. Just DM us your website, and we'll go through it for you.
Preferably Wandering Aimfully. If you wanted to stay anonymous, just type that. Otherwise, I would love to be able to share them on our stories and maybe get you a little eyeballs on your website anyway. But if I understand if you want it, we got hearts. We just got a heart explosion and it made me happy. What?
You have no idea.
Look at our little lizard brains.
Oh, for sure.
My little brain is just like, validation. Oh my God.
I remember when Facebook started doing live and there was the hearts thing, and I would just be like, guys, press the hearts, press. See, exactly like that.
Now you're just messing with my emotions.
Oh my gosh, it was great.
You
so,
guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love that. So
Yep.
after this, DM at Wandering Aimfully your website if you want us to take a look. We'll give you some tips. We'll share it on our stories. And I hope that just gave you a quick couple of tactics to just look at your homepage. I hope it gets you to think about your website differently in terms of you don't just have to put it up and then it's one and done. You can test things. You can't, as long as you're tracking them. That's key. And see if you can actually raise those metrics so that they can better serve your business goals.
Guys, thanks so much for the hearts. Bridget, that's exactly why I had to take a break. Yeah.
Also, Tony, what did you get on the quiz? I'm curious.
And
if
Jen,
you don't mind sharing.
Jen, what did you
end up
getting?
Did you get?
So after this, I'm sure in the slides you'll put up in the story, we'll also have a call out to submit websites so people will remember. But it'll be fun. We're going to promote the quiz a little bit more later on. We just did it, so this is kind of interesting.
And we also wanted to kind of have the clean data of how many people find it and not boost our numbers. I mean, now it's going to be a little inflated.
Invisible innovator, nice, Jen. Yeah, it's going to be fun to see how, and then the tips afterwards, if those are helpful as well, because Caroline put some awesome pages together at the end of that quiz. So anyway, hope this was really helpful for you guys to kind of change your mindset on your homepage, to think like a website optimization wizard and not a custom home builder. You need to be changing things, tweaking things, seeing some different action happening based on your specific goal for your site. And
if nothing else, we just hope we gave you a laugh on this Wednesday to get you through the week. enjoy yourselves.
Check out our group coaching at wanderingaimfully.com/join. If you like this, you're going to love our 2-hour sessions every month with a 2-week action plan. You can have direct one-on-one accountability with me. I'm having fun doing that with a bunch of Waymers. Every Monday, we go over to-dos for this week and the previous week. We talk about how people are feeling, what they can help with. It's really fun. So, hope it was a good time.
Look at these fun bunny ears with our fiddle fig leaf behind.
Oh, you got some fiddle fig leaf bunny ears. Jen, I'm keeping the fiddle fig leaf alive. It's still
We're
alive.
trying.
Thank you for the help. So.
We are so excited to see your faces, and we will see you over on our stories.
Bye.
Have an awesome Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye, guys.